Niklas Eisen from Snowy Dunes on the Fishbowl. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Sam.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking the time to swim in the bowl with me.
No problem, man. No problem. My pleasure.
Awesome. Well, I have to say that I have been listening to the new album, Atlantis Part 2, and whoa.
Thanks.
Yeah, it is like spot on. That is like the type of rock and roll, like stoner metal, classic rock metal, like whatever you want to call it. Like that is right up my alley. And when I found out about you
Awesome.
guys, yeah, man, I found out about you guys on Spotify, and I have been hooked on your music ever since.
Well, that's great, man. That's what we're trying to do, and that's why we do it, and that whole thing. And it's awesome when we get listeners from all over from all over the world telling us this. So I mean, it keeps us going, and we really appreciate you taking the time to listen to our stuff, man. It's so cool.
Definitely. And I one of my things that I love to do with like when I'm hanging out with friends is like whenever we're chilling, doing whatever, I love to show my friends like new music. And when I showed them Snowy Dunes, they were all like, "Holy shit! Like this band is fucking awesome."
Dude, that's fucking rad. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. When I
Yeah.
told them that I was going to be interviewing
Well, I
you,
mean, because that's like the reaction we always try and get. No matter if it's like a live thing or if it's like pre-recorded, we always want to get that reaction from people, and that's kind of why we play the music we do. And we try and write songs that will surprise the listener, and also we always try and think that like what would we like to see when we go see a band. What do we like? So we try and emulate that through our music, and it's really great to hear that it comes through.
it definitely is, and like I just like my two favorite passions really are like movies and music, and
Awesome, man.
I thank you. I love to kind of like incorporate. I think like music and movies kind of go like hand in hand, not just with like
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
right. I mean, not just with like
Yeah.
the score or whatever, but like music can really set a scene for a movie in a totally different way than a different song being used,
Yeah.
to have a different effect.
Yeah. And speaking of which, I think speaking of movies and that whole like theme aspect of a movie, that was sort of what we were kind of trying to do with this, last album, Atlantis, to kind of give you a story and a context to the songs. I mean, in difference to our earlier album, that was more our kind of live set, and this was more of a theme album, and it was written around the lost city of Atlantis. So that's kind of how we got into that whole thing, and doing it more thematically, and telling the listener a story, and that puts pictures in your mind, and that's what it's all about, man.
Definitely. And I've always loved those types of albums. Like The Who was
Right.
always one of my favorite bands growing up.
Oh, rad.
And yeah, and I love how they did like story albums.
Oh, yeah.
Or like
And both me and the guitar player were big Rush fans, so like that whole thing with the theme is obviously like something we always wanted to kind of try out and do.
awesome. Yeah, Rush is great too. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
phenomenal drummer.
Yeah.
Um that's a
Yeah.
given. Anybody knows Rush is like the drummer, percussion.
Oh yeah, definitely. But also like in songwriting, we really wanted to make it a still jam oriented album, and kind of spontaneous, but also pretty strict guidelines on how we wanted to do the theme and the lyrics and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's how that latest album came into fruition. We kind of worked around this theme, and I read a lot, and Chris, he wrote our guitar player, who wrote some fantastic licks, and I started writing lyrics over that, and it kind of spitballed from there. And we all kind of pitched in and did our part there.
Awesome, awesome. So, could you, for my listeners, name
Sure.
all the members in the band and like who plays what and does what and all
Sure.
that?
Absolutely. I mean, we just went through a lineup change. I don't know if you,
Yeah, yeah. You were starting to tell me a little bit about that.
yeah, exactly. Our drummer Stefan, we decided creatively in October last year that we kind of wanted to go our separate ways. I think a lot of our ideas for us that are still in the band were kind of on point, but he wanted to go a different direction, I think, and that's kind of where our artistic kind of what do you call it, differences clash. We wish him the best, and all that. Now we all have a new drummer. His name is Jonathan Vårdsäter, or Jonathan Vårdsäter, and some people might know his name from he used to play in a Swedish band called Mamont, which was quite big a bunch of years ago, and which are kind of legends over here within the Swedish kind of stoner psych scene. And then he also used to play in a band called Bad Acid, where he played drums for a while. And now he's playing with us, cause that band is no longer, doing gigs. But, yeah, and we were hoping that, he's down and he's on board, and then, and he's a really groovy drummer and we love what he does. So hopefully that'd be great. And then, we also have another new member, Alex Gatica. He plays, organ and, also guitar and sings backup. So we're like working on getting a much fatter sound now. Cause, if you listen to a lot of the things on the album, I do harmonies a lot on myself, but it's kind of hard to do that live. So, Alex is going to do some harmonies with me, live as well, on backup vocals. And then we have, of course, Christopher Kingstedt, who plays lead guitar. One of the original founding members of the band. And we also have Carl Oredsson, who plays bass. And is a fantastic bass player. Really is. Gotta hand it to that guy. So that's all. And my name's Nick. I sing, and I also play harmonica. I also play percussion instruments. Maybe on the next record, I'll be playing some other things like sitar, for instance. I play string instruments, so we might utilize that for the next album as well.
Awesome.
So, yeah, that's a whole summary.
Awesome, awesome. Now, one of the things I have to say is that one of the things I love about the new album is the fact that there's an organ. I always thought, and a harmonica for that matter, like
yeah. There's there's not an organ on the new album so much. It's actually a guitar effect pedal, which makes it sound like an organ. We have a grand piano on the first part of the album, but the organ is actually new, and we haven't recorded anything yet. But we're planning on doing a 3-part recording of Atlantis in a live studio in a couple weeks. We're going to play all the 3 parts of Atlantis back to back. Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3, all with organ live this time.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
So yeah, so I think because that's what it's been missing. So I think your mind kind of fills in the organ sometimes.
Right.
Even if Chris, our guitar player, he uses a lot of effect pedals, which make it sound way fatter. But it's hard to do live, so now we're starting to kind of work on our live sound a lot. So that's kind of where that's heading. But yeah, the harmonica, definitely. I played the harmonica on the first album, but we wanted more of it. I also do something called throat singing, which I picked up an interest for when I was vacationing in Mongolia a few years ago. So a lot of that kind of layers of throat singing is also very harmonious and kind of sometimes organ-like. So you definitely get where you're coming from. I've gotten the same feedback from other people, and I was like, oh, there's actually no organ on there. It's just like layers of weird sounds.
Well,
It's cool, man.
awesome, awesome. Well, I've definitely like so. Is like the three parts of Atlantis going to be like a recorded live album, or how's that going to work?
Exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a recording live album, and definitely a recorded live video as well, which is our plan. And it's going to be available on YouTube and a bunch of other sites, I believe, is our plan. So it's going to be like a type of like Abbey Road type live studio type thing, which we're also going to probably digitally release, and also in the video format. So that's the kind of thing we're gearing towards now, with Atlantis, which we want to kind of evolve into a larger thing, basically.
Awesome, awesome. Now, is that going to be live, or is it going to be like recorded? I mean, as far as like
Uh,
posting it on YouTube.
it is going to, yeah, it's going to be live, and or no, live on YouTube. No, it'll probably be pre-recorded, I
Okay,
believe, but it'll be a live in one take recording. Um,
awesome.
yeah, everything, live recorded. Uh, and we'll probably even have a small audience of like 25 people sitting on the floor, is our kind of vibe we're going for. Kind of like one of those old type hippie lovin' type things.
Man, I wish I could buy a plane ticket and head out there just for that
Yeah,
event.
we would love to have you. I mean, it's gonna probably be pretty as we try and keep things that way. Just kind of we've always done things quite DIY. So, we'll probably, do it like a small exclusive thing. But, for speaking, to our fans for a second, we'll probably be, we'll see if we can maybe give away some, tickets for that. So write us if you're really interested in coming to something like that, and we'll see if we can fit you in.
You hear that? You hear that, fishes? You heard it here first. Snowy Dunes giving away possibly free tickets to go see an event. Now,
Exactly.
that would be a killer show. And
Ye-
that
yes, it will be.
actually brings me to a question that I want to ask is what is the
Shoot.
touring type of deal with Snowy Dunes? Is there going to be like a US tour? Is there like
Well,
what's
we're kind of working some things out at the moment because we are kind of gearing towards kind of coming back from like getting new members, and we're kind of jamming together our new sets and sounds and all that. So we kind of need to find our rhythm now, but we're definitely planning for things. We're gonna probably play a bunch of smaller festivals during the summer in Sweden, but the big plan is to start touring Europe in September, and then I think we're looking at more U.S. dates, probably within this year or early next year.
awesome? Well, if you come to Pittsburgh, I can name several venues right off the bat that would be a perfect suit for Snowy Dunes.
Oh, that'd
Um,
be great, man.
there's I actually was just there last night at a concert. The venue is called Mr. Small's Theater, and I actually saw Rakim last night, rap legend,
Sweet.
there, which was
Yep.
a great show. Um, but that would
Awesome.
be a perfect venue. It's like a small. It was like a church, and they converted it into like
That's
a
awesome.
music venue, and really great
Oh,
acoustics.
that's sweet. I do a lot of preaching. I do a lot of preaching stuff during those shows. I'm a huge James Brown fan, so I was always a fan of that whole like preacher mentality. So I'll come and put my hand on your head, and like I'll jump out in the audience. I'll try and like sometimes there was like one show I was like throwing water at people and stuff. We do a lot of that stuff, and we have a lot of fun with it. So an old church sounds like a perfect venue for Snowy Dunes.
Yeah, yeah, and like I said, the acoustics are great, and I've actually seen a lot of bands that are similar to like the style of like Snowy Dunes. I saw Graveyard there with
Oh, nice.
the Spiders.
Oh, cool. They're from Sweden. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We played the Freak Valley Festival the same year as Graveyard played, which was like 2016, I believe we played, or maybe it was 15. Yeah, I can't remember right now. But yeah, the Freak Valley Festival in Germany, which we'd love to play again. By the way, hint hint. If anybody's listening out there. But yeah, and I mean, there's been like, as far as touring goes, we really want to come out and do our thing. I think a lot of us are just like, we're just kind of really focused on getting everything, really good for when we go out on tour, like getting, tightening all the screws and, all that. So, we're going to probably gig a lot in Sweden for a little while now, and then we should be able to do but we have a lot of, the bigger tours, but we have a lot of friends over in the States. We're friends with, the Dead Meadow guys. We know Black Mountain. We toured with them in Scandinavia when all their shit got stolen. That sucked. But we made it work, and we know a lot of American and Canadian bands and people that we want to start maybe cooperating a bit more with. So I know Adam that you interviewed from the Golden Grass pretty well. Me and my girlfriend hung out with him a lot this summer. He's a great guy. So we might want to do some more stuff with them. We were supposed to do them in May, but yeah, unfortunately, that leg of the tour got canceled. So, but yeah, we definitely want to tour with those guys. And so we have a lot of ambition to tour with American bands. So it's just a matter of time before we're over there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, if you could do me a favor and mention to the guys from Dead Meadow that you did an interview with me, because I would love to get those guys on the show.
Absolutely. I'll reach out to Steve or something, the bass player who I know the best, when I talk to him next time. Absolutely. Cause they're doing their rounds right now, cause they just released an album. So shout out to Dead Meadow for releasing a kick-ass new album, I have to say. Have you heard it?
I have not heard it yet. Now it's like,
you should
okay,
listen to it.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
do
it's
that
really
today.
good, man. Yeah, you gotta listen to it, man. It's really good. Killer album, and I really admire their process as well, like as artists. So yeah, they're really cool.
Awesome. Well, speaking of artists and music, like what would you say got you interested in music? Like,
Oh, good question. See, I'm a music teacher by profession, so music is basically my life. I have a hard time when people ask me how I got interested in music, because it's always been so, prevalent, and it's always been there. But I guess like one of my earlier memories of really getting into music is listening to James Brown on my dad's stereo, and just it was the energy level I think I was attracted to, like that really high energy, and I just went nuts. There's like tons of videos of me just going nuts next to the stereo, listening to like old soul albums and stuff. But so that was kind of like the first stuff I really started getting into. My first record I ever bought was probably AC/DC's Stiff Upper Lip live album, because everybody was into AC/DC at the time, and it was just cool. And I love AC/DC, don't get me wrong. But yeah, that was the first one. My first album that I really kind of enjoyed, that it was like, I think my parents kind of didn't really understand, was when I bought my first Sabbath album. That was kind of when Heaven and Hell was the first Sabbath album I got. Not one of the best, but in my opinion, but still, that's how I got into that. And kind of heavier rock and metal and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I've listened to all types of music, but I'm a really big blues fan. I've read a lot of music history. Huge fan of like old Smithsonian recordings, like Smithsonian Folkways recordings, Skip James, Robert Johnson, Leadbelly, all that kind of stuff. I really enjoy because I think it had to do with like more the feeling in the music than the actual structure. It was just so raw, and I was hooked on it. So yeah, blues, folk, a lot of that kind of stuff. I started out with as I got older and got interested in. I'm actually from also for your listeners, I'm actually originally from Philadelphia. As you can hear, I do not have a Swedish accent. Most of my relatives live up in Bucks County, if that tells you anything. Actually, can I give a little shout out to Music Store?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Bucks County Folk Music Shop in New Britain. That's my in-laws, or not in-laws, but like what do you call it? They're not my blood relatives, but they're like my cousin's wife's relatives, I guess. But yeah, they're family, extended family, basically.
Extended family. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, and they have a folk music shop there. I hung out there a lot as a kid. It's a really cool place, and if you're into like odd ass instruments and like weird stuff, and really nice acoustic guitars, check it out. It's called Bucks County Folk Music Shop. It's in New Britain, PA.
Awesome. Next time I'm in Philly,
yeah, but so
and I'm gonna be like,
oh yeah, and say hi to.
Right.
Say hi from me, all right?
I will. I'm gonna go there and be like, I know someone.
yeah. I probably can't get you a discount, but yeah, they're really nice people, and they have really, really cool instruments as well. But I mean, yeah, I'm into a lot of types of music. I'm also into like a lot of different types of music from around. I was very interested in a lot of music from around the world, and that's how I kind of started traveling music and for my interest in music, and also got into throat singing and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a wide, but I think that's kind of also what's cool about Snowy Dunes. I think all of us all of us have an intense passion for music, but we kind of have different perspectives on it, and that's what kind of makes it great,
Definitely.
Yeah.
My next
So that's
question
kind of
actually
a bit about my musical background, I guess.
Oh, awesome. That really is awesome. Like I have to say, like what you said about like Robert Johnson. Not enough people know about Robert Johnson, and I feel
Definitely,
like
not enough people do, and I think that it's a lot of that elemental blues stuff, like the stuff that's really raw and sounds like it's recorded inside of a can, basically.
right, and
Yeah.
it's just interesting about him in general. I mean, like the mythology around him as well.
As well, yeah, definitely. It's like it's very akin to mysticism within like certain metal genres as well. Like, I mean, he's the original.
Right. Essentially, the guy who spawned rock and roll through spawning, modern blues.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like how certain certain shows and movies have like taken like elements from the legend of Robert Johnson, like that show Supernatural did like an episode where like it opened with his death being like hunted by like a hellhound, and I just think like there's so much
nice.
like you know like references, raw source material that
Yeah.
people could do so much with. with like
Yeah.
the idea of like the mythology with Robert Johnson, let alone like the actual legend of who Robert Johnson was. I feel like that's a story that needs to be told.
Sure, definitely. And it'd be really interesting to see what kind of. I'd actually love to do some Johnson covers. We're talking about doing things with Snowy in regards to that kind of stuff. But sometimes that kind of stuff is best left to like just a guitar, a bottleneck slide, and a badass recording studio.
Right, right. Or
And
possibly.
then when I say badass, I don't mean badass. I mean like a really shitty recording studio.
Right, right. I was gonna say, or possibly a live event, like playing some of Johnson's stuff live.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, I used to do a lot of that kind of stuff. I still play slide guitar sometimes for things, but yeah, I mean, we always try to have a blues root in everything we do with Snowy Dunes, and I think that kind of comes through in the music a lot. So like a lot of our music is very rooted in Delta blues and Chicago style as well. So yeah, a lot of us, we have a deep love for the blues. We definitely. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Well, my next question is actually, how did Snowy Dunes get its name?
Well, that's actually a pretty interesting story. I joined the band when the band name was kind of already picked, and I went to school with a guitar player. But I'll give you the legend which I have heard. All right, I know exactly. So Stefan, our ex drummer, and Chris are chatting about band names, and I think Chris was talking about that he wanted the band name to kind of reflect our love for the kind of desert scene, which I definitely am with him on, because a lot of the desert rock, like Ramp York, Caius, Fu Manchu, all that kind of stuff. I think a lot of us really enjoyed that type of music and that type of style and vibe. So it was only natural to kind of want to name the band something deserty, I guess. But in Sweden we don't have any deserts, or not any deserts with sand at least. Yeah, Snowy Dunes was kind of that type of thing, like an homage to the desert scene, but also like to showcase where we're from, because it is pretty fucking cold where we're from.
Well, I can definitely relate, because Pittsburgh has been relentless this winter.
Yeah. I've been looking at the weather reports from Philly. Like, you guys have not been having it easy.
Not at all. And like for a brief period, we had like what felt like spring, and wouldn't you know it, it's back to being just dreadfully cold, and I cannot wait for spring to actually be here. One, because
you know what we call that in Sweden?
What's that?
We call it April weather. No, but seriously, when it snows, it stops. It snows, it stops. We call it April weather, because that's how it is every April. But yeah, so that's kind of how we wanted to showcase where we're from, and I think a lot of like the Swedish bands that we also like, also kind of have something kind of vaguely Swedish about them, and that's kind of what we wanted to have stand out with the band.
Awesome. Now, I have to ask, just being the band being from Sweden and everything, because I've been listening to like a lot of music coming out of like Berlin and Sweden right now, like Blues Pills, Cadaver, like
for sure,
like all those guys, and
Yeah, a bunch of newer bands that are coming out of Sweden that I do you know a band called Made of Ale?
Yes.
Yeah, they're good friends of ours, and those guys are really cool, and we love them. They're doing really well, and they're blowing up at the moment. So shout out to Made of Ale as well.
I was actually going to ask, like, I guess you kind of like answered it a little bit for me, but I was going to ask if, like, being from that area, do you guys like, well, one, do you guys like know each other, play together, that kind of thing, and two, just like my request for Dead Meadow, if you could do the same thing for Maid of Vale, that would
absolutely.
be awesome.
I will talk to them next time I see them. Shoot or drop them a line, and when I talk to them. But we definitely get together with a lot of bands, and like especially a small festival in Dalarna, Sweden. It's like a couple hours drive from Stockholm, like three. The festival's called Fjällbacken, and I guess it's like the epicenter of the stoner scene. Right. But it's like the epicenter there, and that's where we kind of all get together during the summers, and even if you're not playing that year or whatever, everybody comes out and has a good time. So that's usually like a high point during the summer. There's also other smaller like underground festivals where we meet up with all those bands. There's a Swedish band called Skik Ödlan. Do you know who they are?
I'm not familiar with them.
Okay, they sing Swedish a lot, but they're quite big in Sweden, and they're quite big in Europe as well. They just signed to Buzzarama Records a while ago. The Truck Fighters, if you know those guys, might know.
Yeah, I know those guys. Yeah.
It's their label. And we opened for Truck Fighters, I think, a few years, or I know we opened for them a few years ago. I mean, you get to know people within the scene, and people are really groovy and kind of like supportive of each other, which I think is kind of nice compared to other kind of music cliques that I've been in throughout the years. A lot of the bands that and I think part of the reason why Sweden is like one of those countries is because we have a lot of musical education from an early age. So a lot of people in Sweden play instruments and also sing, a lot of people as well. So Sweden is a very big music country, I would say, in general.
That's awesome. That would explain a lot, because it's like basically there's like four different regions that like if someone tells me like there's a band from either Sweden, Berlin, Australia, or New Zealand, I'm like automatically just tell me what the name is and I'll check it out.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it comes from like the country or the region's culture when it comes to music. I think at least in Sweden, I mean, we have through the county and through the state, we have music programs that are free after school programs, and we still have them today. They were better in the 70s, but they're still a part of Swedish society.
That's awesome. I wish they would have more things like that in the States.
Definitely. And every time I go back, it breaks my heart that there's not more available, like things to do with like culture or the arts, you know. You guys gotta get better at that.
Right.
But seriously, I mean, there's a lot of like really cool bands. Like we have also a tradition in Sweden of like experimental rock music, especially since the 70s. There used to be a lot of like really cool experimental bands, which a lot of people are trying to emulate nowadays, and I believe that's why the music is getting so cool and heavy and. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Well,
Yep.
speaking of the arts and artists,
Yeah.
who did the artwork for the album covers for Snowy Dunes?
That's Robin. Robin Gnista. He's a good friend of ours for the band. He actually does a lot of artwork for a lot of bands. In both Europe, he's done the artwork for Austin Psych Fest, which is now Limitation. He's done artwork for Graveyard, for the Helicopters. He's done artwork for Arthur Brown, I believe. I'm probably wrong on a couple of them, but he's done artwork for so many people I can't even keep up. But he's a good friend of ours and a really nice guy. He does all this stuff by hand, and it is amazing. Custom jobs that he does. And he's always very spot on when we meet up with him for an idea. I remember our collaboration for the first album. But yeah, he's done all of our stuff except the cover for Atlantis Part 1, which was done by another graphic artist that we know who currently lives in Vancouver. Her name is Ida Hey, and she does really cool stuff too, so check her out as well. But Robin does most of our stuff, and so shout out to Robin, because you've done an awesome job, man, and we are so happy with it. So yeah, Robin Gnista. That's Robin, like it sounds, and then Gnista is spelled Gmifta. So look him up on Facebook, Instagram. He probably has a couple other accounts and some other things, but yeah.
Awesome.
You should be able to find.
Awesome. Now, I have to admit, the real way I found out about Snowy Dunes was that I was searching through Spotify on like related artists, and I actually saw the album cover, and I was like, huh, that looks really cool. I bet this band sounds really fucking awesome.
Cool, and that was kind of what we were going for, because like we wanted to have an album cover that really showcased that which we like about albums, because we're all big vinyl heads, and the thing with an album is, touching it, seeing it, seeing the artwork up close, and really that people used to put time into their album artwork,
right?
And that's what we kind of want to do, because that's we feel that we owe the listener. If we made a kick-ass record, we also want the album art to be kick-ass and kind of canon as well, what we're trying to do. Because like if you look at our album artwork throughout the years we've been playing now, I mean, it has a little connection to everything. I think if you look into it a little bit more, it's quite interesting to see.
Definitely, and like I always say this to my friends and in my interviews when I'm interviewing bands, it's like, and I bring that topic up because usually it's like if I see a band with like a standout album cover, it immediately attracts me to like listen to them, and and it's like 9 times out of 10. Like, the band is usually, like, really, really fucking good.
Yeah, and I think if you care about your art, and if you care about, like what you're actually trying to put out there in the world, it all matters, but like, I mean, as far as we're concerned, music is the number one thing, but a close second is definitely the album art. I mean, we want it to feel like you're getting something special if you purchase an album from us.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, we even talked about like crazy ideas for the next album. You want to hear one?
Yeah.
All right. I have a crazy idea for the next album. I would like the like the inlay for the album. Like the inlay sleeve for the vinyl.
Right.
To be made out of blotter paper.
Oh, that would be awesome.
So we're working on that type of like situation and see what kind of, because we want, all that kind of stuff to be friendly for our listeners,
Right.
So we're really looking at creative ways to do new things, but also not only those type of things, because like if you do that too much, it turns into a gimmick. And I think we want to like be able to have special little hidden things and also exclusive things, but not too much. We want to still keep it in focus with music.
Right. Oh, that would be awesome. That would be so cool.
Yeah. So we're actually starting to work, and we're going to work probably a bit during the summer on our new album, we're quite ambitious. We want to start working again.
Awesome. Well, that actually answered my next question. What was next for Snowy Dunes?
To summarize, I think we're gonna probably do this live recording thing, and then start writing the new album pretty soon. That's basically the plan. And then probably some extensive touring during the fall, as I said, and then a bit more for the spring. So we got big plans, man, and I think it's going to be good. And we love to come out and meet everybody, and it's just living the dream, man. That's all we want to do. Go out and play, meet people, and have a good time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, my last two questions are, who are some of your favorite bands in general? And I know we're talking about music most of the time, but what are some of your favorite movies in general as well?
Cool. Yeah, that's a great question. And I think when it comes to music, I'm definitely big on a lot of things, and it's definitely a lot in sync with my mood, But a lot of my older favorite bands, I mean, Sabbath is like one of my all-time favorites. I'm a big Zeppelin fan. Captain Beefheart, The Doors, Captain Beyond, Zappa. I really like this pretty obscure 70s band called Sir Lord Baltimore. They released one album, and their singer is like wild and crazy, just like I try and do. But it's just if you ever heard Sir Lord Baltimore, or if you haven't heard them, it's such a good album. But a bunch of new bands I listen to are basically, of course, the Black Angels, Dead Meadow. I'm listening right now a lot to a Swedish band called Agusa, and they play kind of Swedish folk-inspired progressive rock. It's kind of cool, and it's instrumental. So if you like that kind of stuff, check them out. They're cool. Agusa. And Made of Veil, of course, I love their new album, and the stuff that they're putting out is tremendous. And the new bands, all the bands you mentioned I really dig as well. I mean, it's a lot towards rock, but also, I listen to other types of music as well. Tonight I'm actually going out to this new club in Stockholm, and I'm going to check out some like experimental electronic music. So we'll see. So I'm a bit of a what would you call it? I'm a bottomless pit of musical discovery. I always like discovering new things, and I'm not usually based so much on genre. I like to kind of have a free for all.
Right.
Yeah. But that's some of the stuff I listen to, and I think when it comes to movies, I'm pretty mixed too. I like pretty. I'm a big fan of like the rock operas, like as you said before, like through Tommy was a big movie for me. That was like one of the first movies I ever watched where it was kind of psychedelic, and it made me kind of nauseous. And that was kind of a cool feeling, so I like movies within that oeuvre, I guess. But I wrote a little list here of some movies that I really enjoy. Rocky Horror is like one of my all-time favorite musicals. Huge fan of The Princess Bride. This movie that came out a few years ago called Rubber, about a tire that kills people.
Great movie.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's just, I love it because it's like an homage to like fuck you.
Right.
I love it because it's so nihilistic. It's just so, it's just so in your face. And I love how like it has no point to see the entire movie, and you feel a little bit empty actually after you watch it. Because you just spend an hour and a half giving a tire personality.
Right.
Yeah. So that was kind of, but I love that. Final Tap, of course. One of my all-time favorite movies is The Army of Darkness. I watched that a lot with my brother growing up. Evil Dead, of course. And Jesus Christ Superstar. I read it in my last one. The original. Love that. Always watch that around Christmas. Yeah. But yeah, for me, movies are a lot about, since I'm a teacher, movies are a lot about, just like putting yourself in a different environment, and movies that kind of stand out in that regard. And I'm also a big fan of rewatching movies with your friends and stuff like that. So that's a little bit of my movie taste and some of my musical taste. So that's basically it.
Awesome.
On that part. Yeah. But it was lovely talking to you, man.
Same here. And I'm just going to respond to a few things you said real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
With the Evil Dead comment, check out my YouTube channel. I've interviewed the blacksmith from Army of Darkness once.
That's awesome.
I'm going to get him on the show again.
I will do that.
I also interviewed the hillbilly from Evil Dead 2. His name's Danny Hicks. I've interviewed him a couple times. I have a live interview from a convention with him and Cassie DePavia, who played his girlfriend in Evil Dead 2. So you can check that out at your own leisure. Those are good interviews.
You know what? I'm going to need a lot of listening to when we go out on tour, so I'm going to chock my phone full of that. So definitely, that sounds like my cup of tea. Yeah.
And as far as the electronic rock goes, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this band. They're actually from Pittsburgh. They're called Black Moth Super Rainbow.
Black Moth Super Rainbow. I like the band name.
Yeah. They just sort of like blew up a little bit. They all have like crazy stage names, but the lead writer and singer in the group goes by Tobacco. And
Tobacco?
Yes,
Nice.
I've seen him live 4 times now. Always puts on a great show. I actually have tickets later this summer to go see Black Moth Super Rainbow. They're putting out a new album in May. It's like electronic psychedelic rock. It's like really
I like it.
Really good trippy stuff.
Awesome.
Cool.
I'm writing it down as we speak. I'm writing it down, and I will check that out. That sounds like it's definitely up my alley.
Awesome.
But cool, yeah. But Sam, it's been really nice talking to you, man, we really appreciate from all of us at Snowy Dudes, we really appreciate you hitting us up and giving us a call and showing interest in our music. That's why we do what we do.
Definitely. And I would love to do another interview with you guys whenever you got something else ready to promote or just even at a future date. And if you ever come to Pittsburgh, look me up. I will be at your show in a heartbeat.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a big dream of mine to play in Philly where I'm born. If we play Philly, Pittsburgh is not that far away. So it will definitely be on our agenda.
Awesome.
All right,
Nick. Thank you for taking the time to swim in the bowl with me.
No problem. Thank you, man.
Awesome. I look forward to talking with you soon.
Yeah, talk to you soon, man. Have a good one. All right, take care.
You too.
All right.
Bye.
All right, bye.